Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making a caramel apple upside down cream cheese pound cake. If you're interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you look down below, press that red subscribe button, join our family, and come back for some more recipes. Here we have all of the ingredients for the cake. Up first, we have 3 cups of cake flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. They've all been sifted together. 3 cups of granulated sugar, 6 eggs at room temperature. Here we have 4 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature, an 8-ounce package of cream cheese at room temperature. We'll be using about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Here we have 2 large Granny Smith apples that have been peeled and diced. And here we have about 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 1½ tablespoons of ground cinnamon. We're going to start by preheating the oven to 300 degrees. These are the ingredients for the caramel. We have 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and 7 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I did not show myself making the caramel in this video because I have done so in a previous video. So down below in the description box, I will link the video as well as the timestamp so you can see how the caramel is made. Again, I just didn't want to be redundant, and for the sake of time in this video, I opted not to record myself making it this time. All right, guys, so in my mixer, I have added 3 of the 4 sticks of butter and an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I'm going to turn the mixer on and mix that until everything is well combined, and then we will move on to adding the granulated sugar. Scrape this off the sides and the bottom of the bowl. We're going to turn the mixer back on, and then we're going to start to add the 3 cups of granulated sugar. Okay, so the mixer's been going for about 5 minutes, and you can see it's starting to lighten in color and starting to get a little fluffy. So I'm going to scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl again, and then we'll let it run for another 5 minutes. All right, y'all, so you see how light and fluffy the mixture is now. That's just how we want it. So we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and the bottom of the bowl one more time, and then we're going to turn the mixer back on and add the vanilla extract. Okay, so now that the vanilla has been added, we are going to start to add our eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break and mix in a bit before adding the next. Now that all of the eggs have been added, we're going to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl once again. Once we've done this, we're going to turn the mixer back on, and we're going to begin to add our flour mixture. we don't want to overmix after we've added our flour, so we're going to stop now, scrape down the bottom and sides of the bowl one final time. All right, so we're going to turn the mixer on and give this one final mix. This is what our batter should look like when we're done, nice and smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bowl from the stand mixer, get our cake pan ready, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we are going to start to assemble our pan. We're gonna first start by spraying with some Baker's Joy. Quick note, I have my pan sitting on top of a cookie sheet. Because my pan separates and I will have a lot of butter at the bottom, it will likely leak some. So I just put this cookie sheet down to catch anything that may come out of this pan as it bakes. So we spray with Baker's Joy. Now we're gonna line with just one little sheet of parchment paper at the bottom of the pan. And I'm just gonna spray really lightly again. Okay, so here we have the 4th stick of butter that we haven't used yet. I've melted it, and so we're gonna pour the entire stick of butter into the bottom of the pan. We're just gonna kind of spread it around as evenly as possible. So here we have our brown sugar and cinnamon mixture. I'm gonna pour half of it into this pan. Again, trying to spread around as evenly as possible. All right, that was a little more than half, but it's okay. So now we're gonna take our apples that I showed you guys earlier. And again, we are just going to layer these, spreading them around as evenly as possible. All right, so we're just gonna kind of flatten these out into the pan. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the rest of our brown sugar and cinnamon and just kind of sprinkle it on top. All right, now we are going to go in with our cake batter, spread it evenly on top. All right, so we're gonna spread this around. Try to get it as even as possible without touching the edges of the pan with a spatula. All right, so now we're gonna shake our pan a few times to make sure we can get some of that batter and the cracks of all the apples at the bottom. Tap a few times. And we are going to place this cake in the oven. To start, we will bake for an hour and a half, but we'll likely need about an hour 40, an hour 45. Again, we have preheated the oven to 300 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and put this in. All right, guys, so here is the cake right out of the oven. It smells so good. Again, we baked at 300 degrees and we ended up baking for a total of 1 hour and 50 minutes. I know that seems like a long time, but we baked at a low temperature and I promise the cake is just fine. You can see over here on the cookie sheet, some of that butter came out. So again, that's why I lined it or put the cookie sheet under the pan, because I knew it would leak some. But we're gonna let this hang out in the pan for about 15 minutes and then we will be back to turn it out onto a plate. All right, here we go. It's heavy. Over. Moment of truth. Ooh, lots of little apples on the side. Oh my gosh. Look at that. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with a fork and try to place these apples where they fell off. This is it for now. You can see the cake is steaming. It is very hot. So we're just gonna leave it alone. We're gonna let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour to cool, and then we'll come back. By then our caramel will be cool and we can just drizzle our caramel on top. So I will see you guys then. All right, so here's just a close-up of the cake after I took it out of the pan. You can see those apple pieces coming down on the sides a bit. All of that cinnamon and brown sugar on top. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna leave this out for about an hour, and then we will come back and drizzle our caramel on. All right, y'all, so our cake has cooled. Here we have our caramel. I did place it in the refrigerator for a bit to help it cool off some. So we're just gonna take the caramel and drizzle it over the top of the cake. Y'all, and just like that, our cake is done. Let me bring you guys in for a closer shot. We have made it to the end of this video. Here we have our finished product, our caramel apple upside down cream cheese pound cake. If you guys have any questions about anything I've done, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section and I will be sure to reply. If there's anything you would like to see me make, leave that in the comment section below and I would love to do it. I thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. While you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, press that red subscribe button, join our family, come back for some more recipes. Again, I thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.